second time overall. But coming up against a worthy opponent, they are the defending champions, Orlando Pirates, who are the second side to be the most triumphant in this competition. The Buccaneers, unbeaten in 4 matches this season in all competitions so far, and having managed to keep a clean sheet in 2 of their 4 matches this season. They come into this competition, of course, in fine knack, knowing as well that this is the one that they really want to defend splendidly and become the first side to be able to win it 5 times in a row. So 14 MTN titles, only Kaizer Chiefs, Amakosi, have 1 more, and that is just 15, but certainly the most triumphant side in the PSL era in the MTN8 competition. It's a 19th edition of this competition in its present guise, celebrating MTN. It's Wafa time and lots of excitement right here. Tobela, Ramukhetsi, Mo Limpopo, Rikopolokwani, Peter Mokaba Stadium, standing by for a really fantastic encounter. Not alone, of course. We've got some worthy individuals who wanted to make the trip here to the Peter Mokaba Stadium, and it's none other than Pomodzo, the Bold, who's standing by, and of course Matthew Booth. Good to have you gentlemen here at the Peter Mokaba Stadium. A big one. First leg, always important to put out your best foot in this.
It's an important fixture for both teams. Orlando Pirates are looking to make it to the 5th final in a row. Sekhukhune is not going to allow that. They've been to 2 semi-finals, have not made it to a final of this competition. But when you're looking at cup games between these 2 teams, you would say it favors Orlando Pirates, but there's a record that you spoke about a little bit earlier to say this is a team that managed to stop Orlando Pirates from scoring. And Orlando Pirates were the best scoring team last season. So looking at this Sekhukhune team, defensively, they look solid. But, Matt, there's one thing that they've not done in this competition is for them to keep a clean sheet in this competition.
The reason why you're looking so nervous, Pomozo, is that they've gone quarterfinals, semis, and now. But also last season they were fantastic against Pirates, the only team not to concede against Pirates, which is something to say. Picking up 4 points last season as well, getting that away win, and then a home draw. So they've been looking solid with Cedric coming in to a team taking over, you know, and doing it with aplomb. I think there was a very smooth transition once he's come in, and looking stronger than last season, surely.
That's right, a 13th meeting overall between these 2 sides, and not a bad record at all if you look at the fact that Orlando Pirates celebrating 6 wins in all competitions, Sekhukhune 4 wins. They are yet to beat Orlando Pirates, of course, in a cup competition. That's going to be a record that they're going to want to, of course, beat in this game. They've started really well in the 2026 edition of the MTN8. If you look at their previous quarterfinal matchup, the number of goals there that were scored, the grit as well that they displayed in that victory over Amazulu.
Yeah, something that both coaches wouldn't have wanted is both games going into extra time so early on in the season. Cedric must have been very disconcerted with the fact that they were 3-1 up at one stage and gave away that lead. And then, of course, bringing on Letlapa, who scored that fantastic winning goal. He surprisingly doesn't get to start these days, with Kazim taking that left back role. But yeah, certainly a very well all-rounded squad with some quality off the bench.
Speaking about Letlapa, I think he got to start the game against Kaizer Chiefs being replaced, injured, with something that looks like a hamstring injury or a calf injury. We have not seen him since. So it means that the injury might have been a little bit serious in that moment. But being a coach, being involved in a 7-goal thriller, you end up winning the game and you're happy that you've won the game. But you are unhappy as a coach because your defense was breached so many times. You ask yourself to say, is it the compact block? Are you leaving too big of gaps when you go on the offensive side of the game? But that's something that they will have to fix coming into a knockout game, because it becomes important. Why I speak about goals being scored against them, because they're really playing at home. When you're playing at home, especially in a 2-legged affair, you want to keep a clean sheet at home, because if Orlando Pirates are to score away from home, they get the advantage in this game.
Agreed. And also the fact that if you look at that encounter, they conceded first. And then to come back fighting, of course, to go 3-1 up and let that slide, that's something that they can't afford to do today.
Something that they've got to work on, but credit to them for having quite a similar start to Pirates, both teams. You know, 3 wins, 1 loss for Sekhukhune, 3 wins, 1 draw for Pirates. And that loss for Sekhukhune came against Chiefs. And it was only really due to 2 fantastic moves. You know, Solomon's on that unlap, then Ndlovu with that fantastic pass in through to Shabalala. But they held their own against Chiefs. So it could have been very, very different and very impressive so far. They had 2 wins in pre-season against their local neighbors here, Magesi and Polokwane. So very solid start for Cedric Kazi and his team.
Certainly is, and they'll be looking at the fact that playing at home here once again, you know, that's always a major advantage. So some individuals that aren't in the lineup today that they will be missing, but very worthy replacements. Who stands out in the Sekhukhune United lineup?
I think it has to be Mkhize for me in that midfield. He breaks play, he initiates play. He's got the ability to find a line-breaking pass in him. He has got 3 fantastic men to aim for. He has got Ramala in front of him, who will operate on the, as the white 10. And then on the right-hand side, he has got Mukwena, who in 4 games that he has played, he has scored 2 goals. Up top, you've got Ndlovu that he needs to find physicality in terms of hold-up play. So his role is very important. His role will be breakdown play and then initiate the play for Sekhukhune in the middle of the path. One of his toughest job this afternoon will be to deal with a youngster with the name of Masilela. A lot of energy, so he needs to track him at all time, making sure that Orlando Pirates doesn't tick in that midfield.
They've reverted to a back 4, if you consider from last season. So when the back 4 does get stretched, Kupe, Mkhize, Tlaka, in play, are able to slot back to make it into a back 5, and they do that seamlessly. It's not a natural thing to do in play, but they can resort to that back 5 when they do get stretched out wide, and Pirates certainly will do that to them today.
That's right. Well, coming into this encounter, they'll want to replicate the performance in the Limpopo derby. It's sentiments that the man at the helm, the coach, Cedric Kazi, of course, these are sentiments that he echoed when I spoke to him earlier today. Here he is. Entraîneur, très difficile match aujourd'hui, but the good thing about this match, though it is difficult, is the fact that you are playing here at home, so a big advantage for Sekhukhune.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very difficult game. We know the opponent that we are facing. It's 4 times in a row champions of the MTN. But you know, it's the biggest stage as well for us to show what we are capable of, especially.
Ladies and gentlemen, football fans, the most loved cup competition in South Africa, the 52nd edition of the MTN8 competition is fully underway, now into the semi-finals. Just 4 teams remaining in the 2026